Good morning. I don't know when you're watching this, but this is the morning time for me. I'm feeling good, feeling connected. Man, so much going on right now. So much going on. And I'm talking energetically, right? And it's beginning to manifest in all of our realities. Lots of tests, lots of which direction do we go, lots of healing. It's just, look at that, Chariot. Lots of forward movement. Oh, look at the other side. Ace of Pentacles. I will take it. Oh, man. So, all in all, beautiful experience, right? Beautiful experience. I don't know. I went to split the deck again to shuffle, and look, Ace of Pentacles came up again with strength. This is something really good coming in our realities as a collective and on an individual scale, right? Okay, so we each have a masculine and feminine side. This read is for our masculine side. Our masculine side is all about taking steps. The feminine side of yourself, she sees it. What does she want to create? The masculine side, when there's an opportunity to create it, that's how it gets done, right? For example, the other day I wanted to make a fire pit. So my feminine side came up with the idea. I was thinking about it. I began looking at all different types. I didn't care about the price. I just wanted to look. What do I want? What do I want this to look like? If I had to visualize the fire pit outside, what would that visualization look like? And then next thing you know, my neighbor had said, hey, I have a whole bunch of extra bricks. If you want any, they're out back. Okay, well now it's my masculine side to go get the bricks and build the fire pit, right? The door has opened. I'm walking through it. So that's how we all work. We come up with these ideas. What is it that we want to see or create? And then the masculine side makes it happen when the door opens up, when the opportunity arises. So this is for our masculine side. So let's see what's coming in this week for us. Okay. Let my higher self speak. All right, what do you want to tell us, baby? You know who's going to be watching. Four of Pentacles. Interesting. There's a couple different energies that you could get from this card. I have to tell you, I feel like this is more about gathering the material we need to build a successful foundation, right? Let's get up close for you here. A lot of times this can also be about holding on and needing to kind of let go and surrender a little bit. So if that resonates, you can take that because the energies are there. But more so, I kind of feel like, look at his face. I mean, he's not worried. He's not stressed. He's just gathering all of his stuff up. So I kind of feel like we're in a spot right now where we're gathering everything that we're going to need to begin this new journey. And sometimes that can include not just physical things. Like, I don't mean you're going out and grabbing a hammer and nails. You know, I mean more of like you're going out and grabbing the tools energetically too, right? Like bumping into people that maybe you're like, oh, I thought I knew it all, but here I bumped into this guy and he's been, building for years and he's got a trick up his sleeve, and now you're like, wow, now I have that. That's something that you're taking with you to help build what you're trying to build here. So you're getting all types of information and knowledge and tools and just things of that nature that are going to contribute to the successful building of this new foundation that we're building, right? And the reason I say new foundation is because the world's in a state of evolution. And as this happens on a collective scale, this happens individually within all of us as well. So a lot of us are seeing things begin to shift and change and either break apart so that new can arise, or we're already in that chapter where we're building the new, So this, I really feel like, is a period of gathering everything together, like your supply list. A supply list. I love that. I like to write things down when I read. Supply list. Okay. All right. Tell me about this supply list. Tell me about this. Look, Ace of Pentacles. You cannot make this up. I'm going to take all of them. I wasn't going to, but I'm going to take all of them. Okay. Let's see what we got here. What cards are these bringing? Look at this, the Devil in reverse. I like that, huh? Gathering everything that you need, right? So we're kind of in a period here where we got this Four of Swords, right? And the Four of Swords is about having been through battle and prepared to go back into battle when need be, but you're kind of at that spot where it's okay to take a few minutes to rest. It's like, wow, okay, now I understand how this is working, right? Almost like a meditative stance. Look at him, it's like he's meditating, right? He has the sword down here, ready to pick it up and roll, ready to rumble if we need to. These 3 swords have been earned, hanging, right? But he's relaxing, rejuvenating. Rejuvenating. From what? From this huge battle. The Devil, to me, it's not that it's a good or a bad, it's just a matter of thick, heavy energies is what is represented by this card. Thick, heavy, emotional, taunting, chaotic energies. And it being in reverse is saying, you just overcame that. You are like, but look at, you've gained from this. You've gained from whatever it is that you've been through. It is interesting because following that we have the Five of Cups, which is about being emotionally droughted, right? Being at a lack of the emotional fulfillment. But again, that's the normal that you feel for this card. But I got to tell you, the energies are coming through a little bit different. What I'm picking up from this card is that there's something going on in the background. Here you are, you've been through this battle, you're collecting this knowledge, you're making things happen, you're in a state where you can pause, relax, reflect. There may be a bittersweet going on as well, right? Because you're losing and shifting out your old life, old friends, old relationships, and you're now replacing that with, well, you might not know with what. And that's where that kind of bittersweet comes in with. There's a little bit of, scarcity in that. What is happening next? If I can't see how it's going to unfold, then I don't know. But if you look at the card, he's sad because he's mourning the loss of these, but look behind him. He's got 2 cups back here that he can't even see because he's in this stage of things. But if he took a wider stance, he'd be able to see that there's 2 cups. There's things going on in the background that he's unaware of. There's things going on in the background that he's unaware of. So what is it that's going on in the background? Well, my goodness, you got the Ace of Pentacles popping right out here, right? There are things going on. There's your name is happening in conversations that you're not even aware of that are very good, right? And so there's work being done. There's seeds being planted. There's things aligning. You know what it has to take for you to be at that coffee shop at the same time as that opportunity, that other person, to be at that coffee shop at that exact same time, right? There's no coincidences, but it takes effort, it takes time, it takes patience. You're taking two completely different realities and you're merging them at the same time. In order to get that done, there's a preparation process that has to happen energetically in the background. And I feel like that's what's happening here. I feel like the work that you're doing is elevating your vibration. It's helping to put you at the spot that you need to be when you need to be there for this next door to open. For sure. Let's elaborate on that. I normally wouldn't take 5 cards across the board, but I felt like they wanted to come, right? Didn't you feel like that? For sure. It's a matter of following your instincts, huh? Okay, I went with this one first, so let's go with it. Tell me about this 4 of Pentacles. Tell me about this 4 of Pentacles. Okay. I knew I heard that, but I wasn't sure and I didn't want to. Just as I was saying, it's important to follow your instincts. Okay, tell me about this 4 of Pentacles. Tell me about this 4 of Pentacles. Eight of Coins. Oh, I love this. I love this. Love this. Okay. That got stuck. Interesting, because that just got stuck. There's some type of spiritual disconnect. Letting the ego go. Maybe that's been difficult. Tell me about this. Okay, I gotta tell you, the energies of the layout are great. Okay, so 8 of Coins in reverse, doing the work with the 4 of Pentacles, gaining all this knowledge. Now it is coming out in reverse. Okay, so you have to watch where you're spending your energy right now. You are reprogramming, doing things differently. And you know that. You're gaining the knowledge. You're gaining all these experiences. You're preparing to do the work. There we go. You're preparing to do the work. Okay. So whatever it is that you're down here for, whatever that niche is, whatever your niche is that you want to do, let's say motivational speaker, right? Maybe you're not on stage yet, but you're preparing to do this work. The reason this is coming out in reverse is because you wouldn't be on stage yet, which, like I was saying, divine timing is at play. Throat chakra, interesting. Communicating. You're on your way. You are gathering everything that you're gonna need to do this work successfully. You're at the chapter where you're not quite there yet. You're not quite in whatever your next step is, but you know what it is, and you're actively taking steps toward it. So, you know what it is you want. You're gathering all the information to make sure that you do this work successfully. Then we have the Four of Swords here. Relaxing, rejuvenating, rebirthing. Okay? That's why the Death is here in reverse. You're rebirthing. You've been through enough battles now to know how it works. You've studied the enemy. In other words, you know where your flaws are. You know what needs to be worked on. You know what needs to be looked at. And you're done with the old way of doing things. You're just done with it. You're never going to go into battle the way you did the first couple battles, because you're wiser, you're smarter, you're above that. You've been in a battle a couple times now, right? Your strategy changes up. And that's what's happening. You're completely cutting and letting go of the old way of doing things and preparing to move forward in a more beneficial fashion. But that cycle, that process, there's a process in that, right? And that process can be difficult. But oh my gosh, you have so much support behind you. Notice how that just went off? And I feel like they're all like, like, no, we love you. You're good. You got this. I'm so feeding in on that right now. I love it. So much support. Thank you, Spirit. I think this process of letting go of the old way of doing things that you are oh so familiar with, it can cause a little bit of discord, right? It can cause a little bit of chaos. It's like, what do you mean? I've been taught that this is the way you do things my entire life. And then all of a sudden, you know, over a series of a few years, you're going to tell me that all of that's incorrect. That's a lot to take in, right? And that can play a big game on the mind. And so there's a little bit of spiritual chaos in there with, you know, hold on, everything that I've been taught, is it accurate? You know, well, how does that actually resonate with me? How does it make me feel? Right? So all these questions are coming up to be looked at. And it's really, really important that they come up to be looked at, because it's energy that's been stuck, heavy energies, right? That have been stuck, that need to go in order to help you elevate. Right? In order to help you get another perspective of things, these energies have to go. This death of ego, this death of the old way of doing things, these heavy energies, they need to go. And you're in a spot right now where you can do that. You can do that. You're out of battle. You're safe. You're secure. Take a few deep breaths. Evaluate how you want to move forward in the new energies. Letting go of this. I love the High Priestess, because what I'm picking up on this right now is that I think because this is a masculine read, there are things that are changing in your life, and it may look really rough right now. Like, I feel like the things that you're actually, like, maybe things are being shooken up with your job. You know, maybe things are happening, I don't know, with your car or with your house or in a relationship or family or friendships. Like, I feel like what meets the eye right now is not what's actually happening. And this High Priestess here, I mean, the High Priestess, right? Let's just flip this around real fast. This is having willpower to move forward. This is building a relationship with yourself, inner knowledge. Notice how she's holding a scroll. She has information. You have information, right? And she's draped in blue, all about communication, inner truth. The yellow is where the willpower comes in, right? That solar plexus area, being able to move forward. She's got the candle lit. It's kind of like the vibe is there, right? The bull horns. I mean, she's just made her way into a spot where she's like, I'm going to make this happen. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm going to make it happen. Now, it did come out in reverse, which makes me feel like I think there's a bit of that struggle within yourself, with half of you feeling like, I'm super excited because I know things have to shift in order to move forward, but I'm really nervous because things are shifting and I don't know how they're going to unfold. And, the old program is, if you can't see how it's going to happen, then you stress, you freak out, and it doesn't have to be the way we do things, but because this way of doing things is newly emerging, we're unfamiliar with it. The mind sometimes wants to play games. So I feel like you're in a thick energy right now because things in your life are shifting all over the place. And your masculine is just doing the best that your masculine can do in terms of taking things step by step. This is not a process that you just jump through. This is a step-by-step process, following your intuition in every step. And it's like, I feel like you're taking 2-3 steps and then boom, you have to make another decision. 2-3 steps, and boom, you're making another decision. 2-3 steps and then boom, and you're just like, what is everything that's happening? What's happening is you're being realigned. But you can't see that you're being realigned because everything hasn't been disclosed yet. That's what takes us to the moon. The moon is such a beautiful, first of all, beautiful energy. Wonderful card. When the moon is up at night and it's casting a light down on things, you can't always see what's actually happening, right? The moon casts shadows. So the moon could be directing a light down on a house across the street, and you think, oh, wow, that house looks, one way, and then you see it in the light, and you're like, wow, it's completely different. I had no idea that was I had totally had a different picture in my head, right? Because you couldn't see the full picture. Coming out with the Ace of Pentacles like this, there's a lot of things shifting in your life right now, and you don't know how it's going to pan out. And so this is your masculine side taking step by step by step, staying in the moment, making the decisions he needs to make, walking through the doors he needs to walk through, and realigning, honestly, your entire life, right? And your feminine side's already been programmed in a way that, hey, I know what I want. I'm not going to take no for an answer. Done a lot of your healing work. So now your outer reality is beginning to manifest, but you're prepared for this. You're prepared for this. It's not a mistake you're watching this. You are prepared for this shift. You are prepared for this shift. So let's move on with a couple other cards just to clarify. So let's say 4 of Pentacles, 8 of Coins. 4 of Pentacles, 8 of Coins. Tell me about that. Ooh. Okay. What is happening? So much supportive energy. 4 of Pentacles, 8 of Coins. 4 of Pentacles, 8 of Coins. Look at that. Yeah, you are getting ready to... I feel like you're building a foundation that really resonates with your heart. I mean, the real question, right, is what was the old type of foundation work? What was stability to you? A lot of people would say a house, a car, a job. That's my stability. Well, when you cross over, you don't bring any of that stuff with you. So what's your real stability? What actually makes you feel stable? And it has to be something that nobody can take from you. It has to be something that comes from within. That statement in itself is what's being built here. That's what you're building. You're building this whole new life built on a stability that comes from within. How exciting. 4 of Swords and Death. Yeah. You've made the decision. I'm done. I'm not doing things the way I used to do them. I'm over it. It doesn't resonate with me anymore. And because you've made that decision emotionally to close those doors, those old ways of doing things, it's like, I feel like you've almost slammed the door in the face of the old way of doing things. And so everything's kind of like, you know, this chaos is bound to happen. It doesn't have to be chaotic depending on the perspective you have, right? So make sure you're playing with perspective. Perspective is in your corner. Perspective is in your corner. It is a tool that we have. Lay out all the perspectives you have, pick the best one for you and for everybody involved, and then move forward, right? Your initial perspective may not always be the healthiest perspective because of our programming. So you kind of have to play with that. Stand above the programming, you know? You're in control of your perspectives. So as things kind of unravel and shift a little bit, right? Because you're being realigned because now you slam that door. So now you're being refaced to face another door, open that other door, and then see what's on the other side of that door. That process there, you know, unfamiliar with it. That's all though. That's it. You just have to hold steady that the door that you're being realigned with will be better than the door that you've been in. Yeah. Your whole reality is being realigned. I feel like they're telling me binoculars. I feel like they're flipping the 8 on the side for me and saying, look through the binoculars. Things are being cleaned up. Check this out. Look at this up close, right? This guy looks like he's down here. This guy looks like he's over here, and this one's over here. But in a weird way, they all look like they're kind of cleaning up their areas. Isn't that weird? Like this guy looks like he's straightening up the staff. This guy's relocating his staff. This guy's, you know, picking this staff up off the ground. It's so funny because the energies today are coming through the cards a little different than, you know, what the normal energies are. I almost feel like this is cleaning up. You're cleaning things up. And that's with this devil energy in reverse. I mean, that's what it is. This thick, heavy energy is being cleaned up, which is a really good thing, you know? And if you look through the binoculars, you choose another perspective, then you can see what's really going on here. I'm also feeling that I'm spot on about this happening currently in your reality, because we got diamonds here, we got diamonds here, right? But we got the hearts here. So we're manifesting our heart's true desire in our physical reality. It's just that things are shifting right now. And so you need to make sure that if you really want to see what's going on, you have to use the binoculars, right? Step out of the old perspective and use the binoculars so that you can see the abundance that's actually here. Tell me about this 5 of Cups and this High Priestess. Tell me about this 5 of Cups and this High Priestess. Since it's a masculine read, right? Yeah, your masculine side is being tested and is growing exponentially. You are slowly taking steps to get to where you want to go. You know, it's one thing to think, oh, if the door opened, my masculine side would walk right through there, no problem. It's another ballgame when the door opens. You know, it's easier said than done. I think that statement is alive for a reason. And the fact is, all these little steps that you're taking forward is assisting your masculine in overcoming these fears. You know? I mean, if it was easy to just do whatever you actually wanted to do, then none of us would be in the position we were in, because we'd be where we want to be. The reason we have trouble with getting there is because it is a process. You know? And you do have to trust that something else is happening. And you do have to support your masculine side. How many times has, the opportunity come up to quit a job where you could have, but you didn't, because out of fear, it was like, no, I need the job, or I need the security, or whatever my thought process was at that time, right? Well, that's not your masculine walking through the door. That's your masculine being held back. So it is a process. It takes step after step after step to get to a point where your masculine feels supportive and strong enough. And he's like, hey, you know what? I've handled all this other stuff that, little stuff. I'm prepared. I'm prepared for this. I do feel almost like an incubation period for your masculine. When you step into this new work, whatever this is that you want to really, truly be doing, you're going to have to know healthy boundaries, unconditional love. I mean, this is the way that we're moving in the world, right? So the stuff that you're going through is helping your masculine to grow. This to me is growth. It's helping your masculine side to say, if I'm sitting at the table across from somebody that thinks the complete opposite from me, how can I still make this a successful conversation? And this is the stuff that your masculine side is learning from all these small activities. So honor yourself. Tell your masculine, good job. You're doing a great job. I don't know how often you hear it, but I'm confirming it for you now. You are doing a magnificent job, and you are perfect the way you are, right? Don't let the societal structure get the best of you. You are a god. We are all gods and goddesses down here. It's funny. I like to call creator, and we are actually the gods and goddesses. Somebody said that to me, and I was like, oh, that resonates. I'm going to take that one. And I have. I've made it mine. I believe that. I like that. Makes me feel good, uplifts me, encourages me, right? So here we are in these stages where we're learning how to do a 360 view. We're learning the information we actually have inside of ourselves. This is in reverse because we're learning that. We're growing into this area of freedom. Well, hey, wait a minute. I have all the tools. I can communicate what I need to. I can move forward. I can make this happen, right? We're learning all this. That's why the King of Growth comes out with that. Because with what you're going through right now, these are like two completely opposites, right? I mean, you have the Five of Cups, which is like emotional confusion. And then you have the High Priestess, which is about having all the knowledge, but it's kind of flipped in reverse. So you're figuring all the knowledge out. You're figuring it all out, right? And then taking it with you. Ace of Pentacles and the Moon. Ace of Pentacles and the Moon. Oh my gosh. Look at that. You're not just becoming you are embodying who you are, really are. Not just your name. Not just, oh, my name's Sarah. Oh, my name's Sam. Oh, my name's Joe. Right? This is who are you on a soul level. Right? Who are you on a soul level? And you're becoming that person. King of Hearts, this is your masculine stepping up and taking control. All these small steps, you gain wisdom from them so that when the big step arrives, you know undoubtedly what direction to move, right? You're embodying the highest version of yourself. Your masculine is going through the hoops and the process of anchoring to the soul and then bringing that down here into your reality, right? The feminine side of yourself has been seeing it. She's been wanting it. She's been doing the work. She's been doing the emotional trauma. She's been healing all that, right? And now it's time for the masculine. So now your outer reality is slowly beginning to shift. But where is it shifting? In a really good direction. You just might not be able to see it yet because the moon's out, but wait for the sun to shine, baby, because it is here. King of Hearts, your heart is your portal. When I meditate, I drop into my heart chakra first, and then from there, I go into my meditation. Your heart is the portal. It's the gap between you and wherever we come from. Bringing manifestation to life here, heaven on earth. But what's so much fun is this is coming out through the masculine read, which is really exciting because the masculine is about tangible objects. The masculine is about creating, right? Creating the framework and actually building it, actually seeing it, actually seeing your creation come to life. And in hearts here, I mean, this is like the creation you really want, who you really are. You're stepping into the life that you've been dreaming of. I love the fact that the Jack of Diamonds came out here on the bottom. I decided to leave it out because Jack to me is preparation. And again, being in diamonds, which we do have some diamonds here, right? You are literally gapping the bridge between the life you live down here and the life that you live in the higher realms, who you really are, right? You're aligning to that energy and you're bringing that down here into your reality, and you're walking your walk, you're talking your talk. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. The Jack to me is definitely a preparation mode. The Knight is about taking action on the horse on its way. The Jack is like laying out the map, pinpointing where the direction that you're going to be taking, making sure all the lights are shut off, packing your bag, locking the door, and then rolling out. So it's that incubation period where you're making sure that all your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted. And I feel like that's where we're at right now. And you're getting ready to step into a whole nother line of opportunities, a whole nother door, things you can't even see, things that you have no idea of right now. Like I kind of said earlier, like bumping into the right person at the right time. Like who would have ever thought? And all it's going to take is that one conversation, and that opens a door of a whole bunch of stuff, you know? Plus following your instincts day to day, just moving, building that relationship within yourself. I mean, man, this is awesome. This is awesome. Okay, so I'm going to get ready to wrap up. But just before I go, let's get some advice cards quickly. This is from the Moonology deck. Oh, look. 3 of them popped out, so I'm going to take them. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces, right? And here's that 4 of Swords here where he's kind of meditating. Right now, it's very important that you're not overbooking yourself. Take time to be within your mind. That's your time to receive. When you're with other people, that's your time to give. When you're by yourself, that's your time to receive. Be in the receiving mode right now, okay? Don't discredit your thoughts and your advice. That is the most important advice and thoughts that you will ever have are yours. Your dreams need a practical plan. I love this, full moon in Taurus. What I love about this is get down to the nitty gritty, right? Write out a piece of paper. What is it that you want to accomplish? And what is it going to take to get there, right? And be open to receiving miracles, but from what you can see right now, put it down on paper. It's not that the plan that you're planning out is actually going to unfold because you're hoping to see miracles, right? But putting energy toward what you want to unfold is the important thing, right? Your dreams need a practical plan. In other words, put energy toward what you want to unfold. Plan out how it's going to happen and then let it go. Release it to the universe and know that the highest good will unfold for you. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. I have to tell you, I feel like this is about communicating with your higher self, with your guides, with your system, with your setup. That's first and foremost. There will be other people that will come into your life, and when they do, make sure that you're communicating your truth, right? Don't step down. With love and clarity, stand in who you are, right? Stand in who you are. So make sure that you're communicating your truth with others and that you're taking time to also communicate with yourself. build that relationship with yourself so that you can make sure that you're getting the most important and pertinent information at this time. All right, guys, so I'm gonna leave it there. Man, the masculine side is doing some work right now. Step by step by step. This is a process, and I feel like the masculine side needs our support, right? So right now, this is about just stepping back, sending love, encouraging, and then just let the masculine figure it out, right? It's going to be maybe an up and down, and there's purpose in that. So let this unfold. Allow yourself to slowly take the steps. Allow yourself to indulge in the process. And more than anything, please know that you are so loved and you are so supported. It doesn't matter what your situation is, what your circumstance is. It doesn't matter what you wear, what your style is, what you look like, what your music is. You are a God, and it is time that we remember. Also, keep in mind, I'm super excited to be doing the general read on Thursday and then the feminine read on Sunday. I like to do it that way because the beginning of the week is kind of like Sunday is our feminine. What do we want to create for the week? What do we see ourselves doing for the week? So I like to do the feminine reads on Sundays. Masculine read on Tuesdays because then it's like we're taking steps into what is it that we want to create, right? And then the general read on Thursday because we're getting ready to go into the weekend. So what does the weekend have to offer for us? So that's why I do the setup the way that I do. So I hope you enjoyed this masculine read, and subscribe and hit the like button if it resonated so that you'll be notified when I do the general read on Thursday. My friends, thank you so much for loving and supporting me while I love and support